welcome to the 4th of July week where we celebrate our independence. We want you to personally celebrate some independence. Maybe you become independent of your MasterCard. Maybe you become independent of Sally Mae and you kick the old woman out in the street where she belongs. Maybe you become independent of that car payment that you've had since God was a boy. Unbelievable. It's time. It's time for your independence. And that's what this show's about. It's about you getting control of the controllables. There's a lot of things in life you can't control, but an amazing amount of them you can, just by making better choices, making better decisions. That usually happens when you have information and a different belief system than the one that led you into stupid. I believed some things to be true that weren't true, and they led me into stupid. Stupid with lots of zeros on the end. And I got a PhD in DUMB. I went completely broke in my 20s, lost everything. And God gave me the opportunity to start over with nothing. After having become a millionaire by the time I was 26, starting from nothing. So I'm so dumb, I had to do it twice. Surely you can do it once. And we'll show you how. The process of handling money, the process of looking in the mirror and saying the bad news is you're the problem. The good news is you're the solution. And you can decide what to do. You can decide that you're not going to believe your broke friends when they start giving you financial advice. Broke people giving you financial advice is like fat people giving you diet advice. Come on. Think about it. It's not a plan. I mean, if you hire a personal trainer and they walk in, they're 450 pounds, we got a problem here. Unless you're wanting to be a sumo wrestler, there's an issue, right? I mean, that's not who you want training you on that. And that's like your broke, stupid friend who's deeply in debt giving you financial advice. He doesn't mean to be stupid. She doesn't mean to be stupid. But we've all been stupid at one time or another on different things, haven't we? And they're just in their stupid time. It's their stupid season. And you don't listen to people when they're in their stupid season. You've been married 14 times. I hope this one works. But I don't need your marriage advice. Ever. You know? It's okay. I mean, you know, all your kids are in drug rehab. I'm sorry. I'll pray for you. But I don't want your parenting advice, okay? You know, what you've been doing hasn't been working. So let's try to figure out find somebody that's doing something that's working and just emulate that, copy that, do what they do. In business, we call that best practices. We find a marketing solution that's working in another place and we just bring it over here and do it over here. Most ideas aren't really that new. Nothing on this show is new. I didn't invent any of this. This is God's and Grandma's ways of handling money. I stole it from both of them. I'm just good at delivering it for 30 years. And when you have common sense intersect your life, truth, as opposed to lies told to you by a politicized culture with an agenda to get elected, when you have truth and common sense intersect your life, it changes the trajectory of your life. It did mine. Changed my life forever. I've never been the same. Thank goodness. Because where I was sucked. You don't want to be there. You know, so I had to change. But the good news is I get to decide to change. The beauty of 4th of July is it reminds us that some guys with really long muskets and excellent aim gave us our independence. And so we're free. And free is you get to decide. I hate my job. Well, get a different one. Why stay? Work your whole life and 38 years later, spend every week saying I hate my job. Change. Change. I don't like where I am financially. Good. I'm glad you're here. I'll help you. Change. But you're going to make different decisions, and broke people are going to make fun of your financial plan, and a culture that's lost its ever-loving mind might not have deep respect for you. Who gives a crap? Normal sucks. You don't want to be normal. You want to be weird. You don't want a normal marriage. Have you seen people? I don't want a normal marriage. I want my marriage to be way beyond normal, way over in the land of awesome. That's where I want to go. I don't want normal kids. I've seen some of your kids. You don't want normal. You don't want to conform to people that are losing. Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that's what we do here. We show you that you have choices. We remind you that you get to decide. Sometimes things interrupt your plan. Life happens to your plan. I get that. But at least, by God, you had a plan. I was driving along the interstate the other day and my truck quit working. Hadn't happened to me in a long time. I hadn't been broke down on the side of the road in a long time. I pulled over. Transmission was spinning out of the thing, and I put it up in park, and it grabbed it when I put it back in gear enough to limp off the interstate, get it back over here to the parking lot. But you get to decide how you're going to react in these situations. Life is going to happen. I don't get to decide if the transmission goes out. I do get to decide how I'm going to handle it when it does. I don't get to decide if somebody gets sick. Sometimes you don't get to decide if you lose your job. But you do get to decide how you're going to react. And when we went broke, you know what we had? We had some never again moments. Never again will American Express call my house unless it's a wrong number. Because I will not be doing business with any version of anything that says American Express after the way they treated me, my wife, and our family when we were going broke and lost everything. We owed them money, legitimately, but the abuse that they heaped on us was unbelievable. The abuse that Chase and Discover and First Card heap on some of you is unbelievable. So have a never again moment. Don't put yourself in a position where you ever have to talk to those morons again. We don't have bill collectors calling our house. You know why? We don't have bills. You know why? We made choices to not get in those positions ever again. Life's too freaking short to put up with that. You get to decide. Have your own Independence Day.